What's up, guys? It's XtremeV1per here, and tonight we are going to review Monday Night Raw from last night. It was March 9th, 2015, and once again, what an incredible show it was. It was intense. Just like last week, we had a lot of crazy things that happened this week. Kind of a fallout to what happened last week. And let me just say, Randy Orton finally snapped on Seth Rollins. I told you guys it would happen. You guys probably already knew it would happen, but I guaranteed it would happen, and he destroyed Seth Rollins at the end of the night. But we'll get into that a little later. So, as you know, I'm gonna say this again. As you know, I do not review all of Raw. I only review what I remember, and I review what's basically the most important thing to happen. Like, for example, let's start off how we kicked Raw off. It was with the Authority and Randy Orton. The whole Authority was in the ring, not Triple H and Stephanie, but Seth Rollins, J&J Security, and Kane and Big Show were all in the ring, and Randy Orton came out to kick off Raw, and then we found out the Authority was in the ring. And they basically were welcoming back Randy Orton to the Authority, and they each were taking turns giving Randy some words of the words from their hearts and stuff. But Randy did not appreciate anything. Well, he was pretending to. Let's just say that he was pretending to, because he did feel in his heart those kind words that they all said to him, but he made some good points. Like, he said really funny stuff, especially what he said to Kane. What he said to Kane was like so funny. So he kept making fun. Well, I wouldn't say making fun, but he kept basically pointing out what these guys are really right now. Like, for example, Corporate Kane is not the devil's favorite demon, as what Randy says, the devil's favorite dumbass. I started cracking up when he said that, and that was pretty funny. If you didn't check that out, that was super funny. So you get called the big red corporate sellout. You get called different names, but the best one is gotta be from the Viper. The big red. No, I'm just kidding. Not the big red. The devil's favorite dumbass. And then Big Show started laughing, and Randy goes, "What you laughing at, big man?" And he told Big Show, "You're supposed to be the world's largest athlete. Instead, all you do is bitch and moan. That's all you do." And Big Show found that offensive. Then we get to Jamie Noble was the next person to speak, and, well, hold on. He didn't really say much. He just said he doesn't trust Randy Orton, and neither does Joey Mercury. And then Seth Rollins was talking, saying that this is not J&J public speaking. This is J&J Security. So they had different opinions than the rest of the Authority. But getting back to that now. So then after all that, Randy was talking to Rollins this time, and, well, actually, to make this sound right, it was everybody in the Authority giving words to Orton before Orton gave his words to everybody else. So getting back to what Randy said to Rollins, he told Rollins that he's gonna beat him down. I'm not saying exactly what Randy said, but I'm giving a little similar perspective. But Randy's basically saying he's gonna beat Seth Rollins down until he has no future. because he is considered the future of the WWE because he is still Mr. Money in the Bank up to this day. And Randy was saying that you're no longer gonna have a future after I'm done with you. And then he told Rollins that he's pretty much gonna beat him down and make him his bitch. Can you blame Randy? I can't blame him. It's what he told Rollins. Can you not blame Randy? I can't blame it at all. After what happened to him 4 months ago, before Survivor Series, he was taken out. You knew for a fact he has unfinished business with Seth Rollins, which causes chaos at the end of the show, and we'll get into that. So, let's get off of this topic, and let's go to the Intercontinental Championship feud. So we had Dean Ambrose. Oh wait, no, you know, Dean Ambrose versus Stardust. But before that match happened, we had Bad News Barrett go on against Daniel Bryan. Once again, R-Truth is on commentary. To me, it feels like he could be a new commentator, because all these matches for the Intercontinental Championship feud, R-Truth's been on commentary for most of them. But that's not really important. What is important is that Daniel Bryan did defeat Bad News Barrett with the running knee. And then Dean Ambrose faced Stardust, because Stardust is now confirmed for the ladder title match at WrestleMania. So we have everybody in the match. What I don't get is how come Daniel Bryan isn't in the match? You see, we got Luke Harper, R-Truth, Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose, Stardust, and Bad News Barrett. That's 6 guys. Why can't I just add one more? They're saying that it's going to be 6 guys in total. That's not good, man. Because we really were expecting Daniel Bryan in this match, but instead Stardust replaced him. Which is not good. What could they be doing now with Daniel Bryan? I don't know. I seriously don't know. We're still waiting on the return of Sheamus. Everybody's saying he's going to be a monster heel and be a newest member of the Authority. So possibly this could lead to a new feud between Daniel Bryan and Sheamus at WrestleMania. Because some people say if Bryan's not in the ladder match, or is not in the match for the WWE World Title Championship, then he's gonna probably be in a feud with Sheamus at WrestleMania. But I really don't know what Daniel Bryan's gonna be doing at WrestleMania. I don't know quite yet. But I'm sure WWE will announce that soon. So Ambrose defeated Stardust, and R-Truth, of course, everybody went after the title after that match with Ambrose and Stardust. After that match, everybody went after the title, and R-Truth came sneaking. He was sneaking into the ring, took the title, put it in a little what's that thing called, a sack. He had a little sack thing with him, and apparently he had 2 because he tricked Bad News Barrett. He gave Bad News Barrett the sack with the title, but that wasn't the real title until Barrett went into the crowd. That's when he found out that it was a fake title. It was a replica title. One of those little titles you get at www.shop.com. It's like one of those toy boats. And so Barrett wasn't expecting it, and R-Truth has the real title. So he basically tricked him. Which is pretty sneaky of him. As what people call a snake. What else happened tonight? Oh yeah, John Cena and Rusev. Now, some people were expecting that John Cena wouldn't be in WrestleMania this year because he's been in WrestleMania for the past 10 years. He's been in 10 WrestleManias over the past 10 years. So that would be kind of weird, actually, if you can't include John Cena in the mix. So, but yeah, John Cena is officially going to be on the WrestleMania card because he had a little segment with Rusev backstage, and I can't remember exactly what he said to Rusev, but I have it already now on the TV. So I'm going to put the volume up a bit and let you guys hear what Cena said to Rusev before Rusev's match with Curtis Axel on Raw. So here you guys go.
If you want another rematch, the answer is...
I know what your answer is, and I don't give a damn. I was listening last week. I understand that performing at WrestleMania is not a right, it's a privilege. And if this year I haven't earned that privilege, so be it. But you should listen close, because it seems you're too stupid to understand the same thing. You have had the privilege to come to this great country, and you've been given opportunity to provide for your family and chase the American dream. You want to be proud of where you're from? Be proud. Be a hero of the Russian Federation. But get this straight, it does not give you the right to go down to that ring every week and degrade the very country that has given you the opportunity and expect your actions not to have repercussions.
Is that so?
100%. You have the right to free speech, but around here I have the right to shut your mouth. Think America's weak? Think America has no fight? Why don't you go down there tonight and you say one word about the United States of America? We don't need a match at WrestleMania, pal. I will prove to you how much fight America has.
So yeah, hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, if you want to, you could change it, doesn't matter. You're welcome. Bye. So yeah, you heard what Cena had to say to Rusev, basically telling him that America will bring the fight to Rusev at WrestleMania. Cena was basically saying that you think that America doesn't have fight, doesn't have let's just say it. You think America doesn't have fight. Well, I'm gonna prove that America does have fight. And so that leads to the next match, which is Rusev and Curtis Axel. Remember when Curtis Axel #AxelMania, who's now been in the Royal Rumble for about 40-something days now? Remember what he said on SmackDown? He called out Rusev because he figured that if John Cena wasn't going to be fighting Rusev at WrestleMania, he figured he would take Cena's place, which I think is a joke. Because do you honestly think that Axel will be the one to defeat Rusev? No. People are expecting that guy, John Cena, to do it. You know, this guy. But yeah. So, during this match, Axel didn't even get an opportunity to really fight. Rusev took the fight to him, as what Cena said, bring as much of fight as you can out there, do whatever it takes, and I'll basically finish it off. So, what we saw there was that Curtis Axel easily lost to Rusev because he never got a chance in the ring. He got attacked before the match even started, and it cost him. It cost him, and he easily lost the match. And what did John Cena do? He came out, and he told Rusev, say one word. He told him backstage right now, say one word, and I promise you, I will come out there and give you as much as America has to fight. And Cena did that. John Cena came out, and he declared he is demanding that he would get a rematch at WrestleMania for the United States Championship between him and Rusev. And he actually did it. People were saying Cena's not going to be at WrestleMania. Cena's going to have a chance. He's going to have one more chance, and he's going to make it to WrestleMania. He's going to somehow force Rusev to hand him this U.S. title rematch. But it wasn't Rusev that handed him the rematch. It was Lana. And we're really about to get into that, so might as well play it. But you do see what's going on here. As of right now, Cena and Rusev is official for WrestleMania for the U.S. title.
And only on USA.
And Randy Orton's returning to SmackDown.
We have for you this coming Thursday night over on Sci-Fi. Thursday night SmackDown, the VIPER, the Apex Predator. Randy Orton back on SmackDown this coming Thursday night.
Rusev.
Yep, the Viper's coming back to SmackDown this Thursday. That's going to be awesome. So, here's what happened. John Cena came out, and he stormed down into the ring, and this is what happened. It's going to be hard to see. I know that, because the TV's a little far.
Guys, John Cena,
But you hear what's going on.
He is calling John Cena out. Yeah, Cena said, you say one word about the USA, and I'll prove to you how much fight America has. And here comes John Cena. And John Cena's heading for a fight.
Just like I said, storm into the ring.
And here we go. This is WrestleMania. Cena taking down Rusev.
Easily putting Rusev in the STF.
The STF. This is Cena's submission maneuver. Cena's got it locked in. But what's John Cena here? You tap out, it doesn't matter. John Cena proving a point. Cena sending a message. He warned Rusev.
He did warn Rusev. He warned him.
Rusev's nowhere to go. And Cena.
And again, for the second time, Cena applies the STF to Rusev.
Look at Cena. They said you can't degrade the U.S. and not expect repercussions. Rusev's going out.
Oh my god, look how deep that hold is. I think Rusev's out.
Rusev's out. Rusev's out. Rusev's out, guys.
Rusev's out. You know what that means. The match is going to be official. Watch. Cena gets a bottle of water, pours in Rusev's face, and applies the STF once again. He's basically doing this to wake up Rusev, and he applies the STF one more time.
Cena set the trap and brought Rusev in, and he got what he wanted. Does Lana realize what she's just done? Cena will get Rusev for the United States Championship at WrestleMania.
Rusev's out.
Wonder when you agree with the tactics you're doing, it was brilliant. Cena woke him up with a roar to the face. Flash in the STF again. Rusev tapping out in extreme pain. And then Lana called off the dog. John Cena is going to WrestleMania.
Different John Cena is going to WrestleMania.
Guys, another man who's going to WrestleMania is Roman Reigns. World Heavyweight Championship for tonight.
So there you have it. John Cena Rusev is official for WrestleMania. U.S. title rematch. It's gonna happen. And Cena will win this time. I guarantee it. Cena will win this time, put an end to Rusev, and take the U.S. title back to America. Bring it back to America. So, what I can say from there is I hope Cena beats Rusev down. He made a point right there. He made a point. He wants his rematch at WrestleMania because he got screwed at WWE Fastlane. He got screwed out of his U.S. title match at WWE Fastlane. And Cena's getting his rematch. It's official. Like it or not, John Cena will beat Rusev at WrestleMania. That's all I gotta say. Anyways. Well. Getting back onto the beginning of the show, Roman Reigns and Randy Orton, as you know, Roman Reigns is supposed to face, did face. Roman Reigns faced Randy Orton and Seth Rollins in a 2-on-1 handicap match in the main event of Raw. And here's what I'm talking about. Here's what Seth Rollins did not expect from Randy. I'm going to say this one time. I said this one, I'm going to say it again. Did you really expect that Randy Orton would rejoin the Authority once again? No. He did join the Authority, but he's not in the Authority. Why? I'll explain why. In the main event, Orton, Rollins, Reigns, 2-on-1 handicap match in the main event. Randy Orton didn't really get a chance to get in this match. It was basically a 1-on-1 match between Rollins and Reigns, kind of a rematch from last week's Raw. And Rollins, he's able to get to Randy. He kicks Roman Reigns in the head, allowing him to try to tag Orton into the match, to bring Randy into the match. What does Orton do? Orton's like, hell no, I'm not doing that. Randy Orton really just screwed Rollins here. What he did, as Rollins was going for the tag, Randy just stepped off the ring apron and stepped on and just stood on the steel steps, and he gave Rollins the fingers. 2 of them, by the way. 2 of them. He gave Rollins the finger, and they actually showed it for about 1 second before they fixed the camera. But they should have left it the way it was. And Randy Orton, he cost Rollins the match, because Roman Reigns speared Rollins out of nowhere. Rollins got speared by Reigns. Reigns wins the match. That's another victory for Roman Reigns heading into WrestleMania to face Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Title at WrestleMania in 3 weeks. What happens after the match is where it gets good. Remember in the beginning of the video, I told you that Randy Orton finally snapped on Seth Rollins, finally beat him down, and gave him the beatdown he deserved? Well, this is what I'm talking about. Because Randy Orton went after Seth Rollins, and there was nobody to help Seth Rollins. Why? I'll tell you why. JJ Security were at ringside for this match, but they got kicked out by Seth Rollins himself. Because the distraction was just too much for Randy. And Rollins had enough of it, and he basically told J&J, me and Randy got this. Me and Randy got this. Do you really got this, Rollins? Do you and Randy really got this? Because I don't see it. And so, if you're wondering where Kane and Big Show were at, they faced Ryback and Eric Rowan in a tag team match earlier in the night. They lost the match after Kane was accidentally punched in the head by the Big Show. I wouldn't say it's a knockout punch, but he really hit him in the top of the head. And that caused Stephanie McMahon to come out because they were arguing after the match. That caused Stephanie to come out and she demanded that Kane and Big Show would leave the arena right now. They would pack up their suitcases and leave the arena right now. So that means Rollins is by himself. Because not only did Kane and Big Show leave, he even sent his own security, J&J security, packing. Which leads to the chaotic ending to Raw. Now, if you thought Roman Reigns' incredible segment last week, when he took out every member of the Authority, all the spears and Superman punches, if you thought that was cool, wait until you hear what just happened with Rollins and Orton this week. Orton finally snaps on Rollins, clothesline him, basically tells him, you think I'm going to rejoin the Authority? You must be stupid. You must be that stupid. You really think I'm going to rejoin the Authority? And he throws Rollins out of the ring. And he takes the fight to him. Basically hits him with steel chairs into the crowd. He does uppercuts. And he brings a steel chair into the crowd. Rollins sneaks his way into the crowd. Orton grabs a chair, whacks Rollins 2 or 3 times with the chair. Rollins apparently tries to get out of the arena before anything else happens to him, but Orton caught him. Orton caught Rollins. Brought him back into the arena. You got my point. Orton brought Rollins back into the... not into the crowd. Because he took him out of the crowd and he brought him back into the arena. So, what happens after that is where it gets chaotic. Where it gets like brutal. Shall we say, brutal. Because Randy DDT'd Seth Rollins on the floor from the barricade to the floor. Rollins basically pretty much got it. I would say up to this point, after Randy delivered that vicious DDT from the barricade to the floor on the outside, I would say Seth Rollins is unconscious at this point. But Randy wasn't done. He was going to look into RKO Rollins on the floor, but he saw the announce table. That's when Randy finally striked. He took that announce table apart, threw Rollins into the chair, into those chairs that they sit down at the commentary table. He threw Rollins into all 3 chairs, and he tore apart the announce table, leading to a vicious RKO through the announce table. And that's the end of Raw. Randy Orton finally snaps on Seth Rollins. Thank God. Thank God. I told you it would happen. You guys probably didn't believe me. Some of you probably did. Some of you don't. But I told you all it would happen. And I was right. I told you before WrestleMania Orton would finally get his hands on Rollins with no interference by anybody. And what Randy thought, when he heard Kane and Big Show were barred out of the arena, and when he heard that J&J was being taken out of the arena, they had to leave the arena as well, that's when Orton thought, I got this. That's when Orton hears his voices in his head. That's when he hears those voices. And he has this crazy, crazy attitude coming out of him. He has this vicious side. The vicious Orton we want to see. And he takes it to Rollins. And what do we expect now? Do we expect a match with Rollins and Orton at WrestleMania? That's another thing I'm guessing. It could happen. Because up to this point, I don't know what Seth Rollins is going to be doing now. He's going to be, I don't think he's going to be off the TV for a while. I think he's going to be back on SmackDown or even on Raw next week. But he's going to be taped up and bruised up because he took one hell of a beating by Randy. Not much more I can remember from Raw other than Paige and other than the Divas match and the two tag team matches between Los Matadores and the Usos and the New Day and the tag team champions Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. The New Day won, which leads to Natalia versus Naomi. Naomi won, which led to Los Matadores versus the Usos, which Los Matadores won. And that was the end of that. And one more thing happened on Raw. Bray Wyatt, he promised he would release whatever's in the urn. He had the Undertaker's urn on SmackDown, and he told everybody that on Raw, this Monday night on Raw, he will basically, how do we say it? Just remove the urn. Let's basically remove what's inside the urn. And he did that. At the end of the night, before the main event happened, Bray Wyatt came out into the ring. He removed the urn, but nothing was in there. He told everybody it was empty. Did you really think it was empty? I didn't think anything was empty in his urn. There's always something in that urn, and all of a sudden, the urn starts smoking. Smoke and steam comes out of the urn now. That's when Bray Wyatt has a smile on his face because he knows that Undertaker's playing mind games with him. And what does the Undertaker do after that? Lightning strikes. We hear the Undertaker's music. Lightning strikes the ring. Bray Wyatt's all confused. And after the lights go out and they come back on, where Bray Wyatt's still in the ring. Remember when Dean Ambrose destroyed Bray Wyatt's rocking chair before TLC? Well, Undertaker brought the chair back. He brought the rocking chair back, but he did not allow Bray Wyatt to even do anything in it. He did not allow him to go back in his chair. He just burned it. Undertaker really burned that chair up to the point where Wyatt just he really couldn't do anything. He just had this crazy look in his eye. Had this crazy psycho look in his eye. And then he has this evil face. And now, after that happened, the match is now official. So I can tell you right now, we already have the full match card, the whole pay-per-view card for WrestleMania. Because we already got so many matches that are announced and they are confirmed for WrestleMania. For example, John Cena Rusev U.S. title rematch. That's confirmed. Intercontinental title championship match. That's confirmed. Reigns and Lesnar. That's confirmed. But that's pretty much it. So I thank you guys for watching. And I will see you later.